You already know that AI is being infused in everything. But did you know there's a genius workflow that will totally transform how you're showing up online? From YouTube thumbnails to sales pages to course visuals and even your client-ready downloads, you can now streamline your entire personal brand without hiring a designer, spending hours in Canva, or paying for the fancy tools that you barely even use. I know. I'm guilty as well. The answer? It is the deliciously layered Stackwich of using Gemini, Nano Banana, and VO3 together to build your signature brand without the tech overwhelm. Think of this as your creative command center. Gemini is your AI brain for strategy, prompts, and content that your audience will actually care about. Meanwhile, Nano Banana is your visual stylist for gorgeous branded images of you, minus the photo shoot. VO3, this is your motion editor. It will turn your stills into dynamic video content for engaging storytelling. Whether you're a DIY solopreneur or you're a coach looking to elevate your personal brand, this video is for you. And yes, I'll even show you how to access VO3 without the paid subscription. I hope that you're ready to dive into this because this is a good one. Ready, set, let's go.
Hey there, I'm Renee from Raw Branded, and I help aspiring entrepreneurs to identify and package their unique story and genius into an authentic brand and business that attracts their soulmate clients.
So let's kick off this creative Stackwich. And yeah, you heard it here first. I said Stackwich. And if you see it on someone else's channel next week, you know you heard it here first. We begin with the top layer, which is Gemini. As I mentioned before, Gemini is your strategist, your planner, and creative brainstorming partner. Say you're working on a freebie. Let's come up with an example here. Let's say that you're working on a freebie called The 5 Ways to Find Your Voice as a New Coach. Let's just give that a try. And you want it to sound, look, and feel polished. It needs to be mint. Yet you don't want to hire a whole design team because money is tight. We're holding on to those coins. We don't have the funds quite yet. We're just starting out. But here's what Gemini can do. Gemini will help you to outline your content, suggest visuals for your content, and once you have that image set, it will help you to write the image prompts that you will use and put into Nano Banana, which I'll get to that in a minute. You can put that into Nano Banana to make videos out of your images. Pretty darn cool. And you can also use Gemini to craft your landing page copy, the same copy you're going to use to take your freebie and place it on. Your AI Stackwich will help you to do that. You can come up with the headlines, the calls to actions, even how your page should be laid out. Your AI Stackwich, your AI tool, Gemini, will help you through that. Pro tip, I personally lean on ChatGPT as my AI Stackwich. I just feel like maybe we've built a rapport for deeper strategy. We've done that. But what's nice about Gemini, it integrates beautifully with all the other tools because you're already in the Google ecosystem. One tool will help serve the other. So give it a try. And by the way, I will discuss Gemini versus ChatGPT in an upcoming video, so subscribe and stay tuned. If you love having your strategy and your visuals all in one workflow, meaning one follows the other, I don't have to piece together multiple tools to make this workflow happen, then you're gonna love what we do next. Here is our Stackwich, Gemini, Nano Banana, and Google VO3. So that's what's happening here. And even Gemini outlined it for us, as you can see. I'm just gonna ask it, can I with a affordable freebie for my client? Can you help me to apply the content for this guy? Let's see what it does. I love that it says, that's a fantastic idea. Well-structured, actionable guide is a perfect lead magnet for attracting new coaching clients. Thank you, Gemini. I put together a comprehensive outline for your guide and a powerful call to action. Conclusion. Here is the outline. Think highly actionable points, which is great for a branding guide. It sounds professional, but also strategic. Good. Said it's ensuring each of the 5 points is actionable, ties back to your expertise in branding and business coaching. And so here's a guide. It gives you introduction, why silence is costing you clients, problem, solution, what you'll learn, right? Problem being the coaching industry is saturated. It is. But if you sound like everyone else, you'll be invisible. You know, I say that all the time on this channel. So this outlines some of the things, like here's a great point. Your voice isn't what you say, but how you say it and why. You're the only one who can. How many times have I told you this? Thank you, Gemini. And then we go on and on to other pointers here in the guide. Beautiful. By the way, if you want this information, it is included in my updated freebie, which is how to attract raving fans to your brand. The link to that is down below, so check that out. The next thing I'll ask Gemini to do is to help me with the visuals, as I mentioned before. We're gonna go with, for this, why silence is costing you clients. Okay, I'm gonna ask it, can you suggest the visual for this tip within the guide? And it's saying that's the most critical visual in the whole guide. Perfect. As it ties the effort finding your voice directly to the reward, which is revenue, money. The visual needs to feel empowering, inclusive, and strategic. Here are 3 strong visual concepts that capture that strategic outcome. An image of a lone figure standing confidently on a mountain summit. They are not struggling, but surveying the vast, bright landscape below. They are holding a megaphone or a simplified speech bubble icon triumphantly over their head. So I love this concept. I've done it through some of my animations on this channel, and we're gonna ask Gemini that love this concept. Can you write an image prompt for Nano Banana? Let's see what it said. That's an incredible, powerful visual to end the guide. Yeah, you thought of it. It perfectly symbolizes moving from the crowded valley of generic coaches to the clarity of the summit, right? Reaching the peak here. Goals. So here is a detailed high-impact image generation prompt optimized for a Nano Banana model. So let's just wait for that prompt. The prompt is in the canvas. It's a highly detailed cinematic photograph of a successful business coach, gender-neutral silhouette, standing confidently on a sharp, dramatic mountain summit. The figure holds a clean, glowing white speech bubble and a megaphone icon, right? The background can be vast, a sweeping landscape. It's golden hour. So you can see that it came up with the details to help paint the picture so Nano Banana can think through this. For my audience, I might have made figure a woman, but let's just stick with this for now. I am going to copy it and export it to Docs, Google Docs. Again, we're in the Google ecosystem, so we've got that there, and I'm just gonna hold on to it because we're gonna need this for the next step. Okay. What is Nano Banana? It is Google's AI image generation tool. That's what it is. And actually, you can get it by using Gemini. You just have to make sure you toggle over and make sure that 2.5 flash image that is selected. But let's be real. Nano Banana's branding, the banana and the rhyming feel that I can't stop playing with, the fee-fi fo-nana of it, that is unforgettable. So you're probably seeing in your feed as you're even searching and either Googling or you're looking right there on YouTube and you're looking for what is Nano Banana, and you probably saw all these banana images on everyone's thumbnail. It is catchy, it's memorable. But that being said, what makes it powerful for coaches and for creatives, it's a character consistency. That's what really is a defining feature for this tool. If you've dabbled in AI tools and you're trying to create characters and AI avatars and animations, you already know the headache of this one, trying to generate a consistent character all the time. However, with Nano Banana, you can upload an image of yourself and generate multiple scenes of yourself that reflect your vibe. You can be seen doing all the things that you would typically showcase in a photo shoot, in a video shoot even. You can do that through Nano Banana. So if you're journaling, you're teaching, you're meditating, if you're leading, you're speaking at a conference, at a podium, whatever fits your brand, even if you're storytelling and you just want to generate an image of yourself and showcase that scene, hypothetically, or something you've been through, you can do that with Nano Banana. That is such a game-changing thing to do. Game-changing. So let me show you how to do it. So as mentioned before, we're back into Gemini, so we haven't left anything. We haven't left the platform. So what we will do is just make sure that under your selections, that Gemini Flash 2.5, that's selected. And you'll see, as of right now, this is the newest iteration, and it's just fast all around. Nano Banana is embedded in this, so that's why you want to choose this option. What I want to do is tell Gemini that, okay, I could use your help generating a realistic image using the following prompt. So I'm going to go back to what we generated. And this is the prompt that was copied over into our Google Doc. Just gonna copy that back in Gemini. I'm gonna paste that there. And let's see what happens. Let me just say, can you the following prompt is, I'm just gonna even tell it, use Nano Banana to help render this. I don't think I need to tell it this, but just in case, I'm just gonna mention that. Let's see. Sounds like a powerful image. Here it is. Okay, so it already tells you, like, if you don't see what you're looking for, try adding more details to the prompt. The more specific you are, the better Gemini can create images that reflect your vision. And that's true for all AI tools. Here it is. Oh, funny. It generated an image of a woman. We actually needed that. She is on top of a mountain. There is a speech bubble. What did we say? The prompt was cinematic photograph of a business coach. This is cinematic. Gender neutral, but I guess I just assumed that as a woman that I'm thinking that. I would go back and just change the prompt and make sure that it's specifically saying gender neutral, or, try to guide it a little bit better. And then standing confidently on a mountain summit. Yep, the figure holds a clean glowing white speech bubble or megaphone. So I could go back because I gave it the option. It kind of merged the two, the speech bubble into the megaphone in the speech bubble. So I could either say a realistic megaphone if I wanted her to be doing that, or clarify this a little bit if this is not quite the look you want, but I'm not mad at this. And yes, it's activating your voice, leadership, the background, yep, sweeping landscape, golden hour, the emphasis on clarity. I think it did what I said. So that works. Since we're talking about using you in these various scenes, you want to upload an image of yourself. I actually went to Canva and downloaded an image of me, like headshot style, that is in a landscape format. And now what I'm going to do is upload that into Gemini. What I will do is ask it to add the woman in the attached photo to the scene with me. Let's see. And it did. So interestingly, it placed me folding my hands, standing on this mountain in the middle of nowhere. The other part of me is missing, so not quite where I would want to. Context kind of off, but it was trying to do the two. So let me show you another use case. Let me just say, place the woman in the attached photo in a cafe. Let's say seated in a cafe with coffee. Okay, so they sure did it. They put me in a coffee shop. Wow. Nice. Hands folded. Do I have the dreaded AI with 6 fingers? I am in a nice cafe scene. Awesome. Little cup. Looks like it's me. Wow. I am impressed, Nano. So what we could do, if we're talking about finding your voice, confidence, that kind of thing, this could have been in the guide. It could be. Or I can make a more specific scene where let's say I'm touching my voice or something. We'll think of a concept here. But just showing you how Nano Banana, how realistically it can take you and put you into various scenes. I'm going to hold on to this one because I'm sure there's a home for it somewhere. So a couple of pro tips for you. What you want to do is use a clean, transparent background. I gave it, as you can see, clean background image of myself, and I uploaded that so it was able to then imagine and come up with the scenario. If you have too many things going on in the background, it confuses the AI and then it starts pulling elements into the scene. So give it a clean canvas to work off of. Another pro tip is I uploaded it so that it's landscape at 16 by 9. I wanted that aspect because I wanted the outcome to have that same proportion. The other thing I could have done is I could have uploaded a reference photo, again, using landscape, and then placed me into a scene. Case in point. So for instance, I could have selected an image from Canva. Okay, so say for instance, I had this lovely scene here, like cozy home office. I can upload that. And what you want to do is upload the scene in which you want to place the person in this case. The second image is me. If I put myself as a landscape image too, it doesn't confuse it and it makes it easier to merge the two. So what I'm going to ask Gemini to do is place the woman in the cozy office scene. So here we go. And amazingly, I am pretty impressed. Now I am seen in this awesome office scene pretty cool. Love it. Love what you did with my hair. And with the laptop and everything else, I'm gonna have to find a home for this as well. Love it, love it. Again, consistent image. You can see I didn't get warped, I didn't change. It's still me. I'm just in different scenarios. So again, mind blown. It can be on a landing page. It can be in that guide about finding your voice. It can be any multiple of uses. And I did not have to stage a shot. And I'm going to totally blow your mind because I'm going to ask Gemini to, in the photo of the woman in the office scene, change the color of her top to a light purple. And the other thing I could have done is upload an image of a shirt that I've seen online that I liked and ask Nano Banana to put it on me so I'm wearing that shirt. So first, let's give it this prompt. And there she is. That was too seamless. Same image, purple top, wild, and it kind of like blends down in the scene. Whether that works or not for you, you can do that. The other thing is, pro tip, the more that you render an image, if I keep changing this and I'm adding, let's say the cup in her hand, I want to turn it to white and it keeps rendering an image, it starts to lose its quality. So what you can do is then download the image, put it in Canva, and then upscale it so that it's sharper and it's more refined. So that's a pro tip for you. And even with this, I can see it's losing a little bit of resolution. It's getting a little blurry. I also don't have my glasses on, but that is something you can do and it will help to sharpen the image so the quality is more of a higher resolution. So that's what you can do. Now that you know that, have fun, play away. Okay, so we have our image, but what if we can breathe some life into it? This brings us to the final and the most magical layer in our Stackwich. And that layer is turning your static image into an 8-second video. I'm talking about scroll-stopping content for your landing page, loopable Instagram Reels or YouTube Shorts, and most importantly, the instant emotional tone without even being on camera. This is a gentle way of showing your presence without the pressure of being on camera. How awesome is that? And it's still you. So in a way, it is still real and authentic, just hyper-powered by AI. Well, VO3 is perfect for this, courtesy of Gemini. See what I did there? You can access VO3 on your own, but you can do so easily if you have a Google Workspace, formerly known as Google Suite. It's located inside Google Vids, which I didn't even know was a thing. That is new to me, but let me walk you through it because this may be a nice little workaround for those of us who maybe we're not doing full-on productions that warrant the full-on VO3 plan, but we can tap into Google's ecosystem. Again, tap into VO3 and use it for these short animated videos. Let me walk you through this. So before we render it into the video, I want to make sure that the image that we're using is in its sharpest format. So what I'm going to do, like I mentioned before, is bring it into Canva. So first, I'm going to grab the image of me in the purple, upscale it 2 times as much. By the way, image upscaler is a feature within Canva. You might need a pro account. Correct me if I'm wrong, but within Canva, you can do that. This is before, right? And then this is after. I can see the difference. Yep, she's sharper, definitely. And I'm going to download this image so that we can go ahead and use it. Okie dokes. So we have our image, and now what I did was hightailed it over to Google Vids. And so it'll give you these options. If I go to VO3, then generate 8-second custom video clips, add an image, make sure you have necessary rights to the image. So we're gonna choose the upscaled version, which is that one. We're gonna get that image. VO3 is selected. And then what we're gonna do, let me say the woman in the photo sips her coffee. Let's see how good VO3 is with drinking. Sometimes it's not so good with your character eating and drinking. But sips her coffee. Let's start with this. Sips her coffee and then waves to the camera. So what I did was hit insert. I guess just thumb down or up or down if you didn't like it or if you liked it. And look what it rendered. And I'm gonna tell you a little something that I've been hearing about VO3 or seeing. But look what it did.
Hi there. It's so good to see you.
Okay, very interesting. First of all, it
put a ring on it. That's hilarious. I'm suddenly married. Yeah, and then I grabbed the cup and it moved like me. Voice, of course, totally off. I think it probably sensed that I'm a woman of color. Clearly it did, because the voice sounds like a woman of color, more ethnic. So I thought that was interesting. Not the worst thing in the world, but clearly it doesn't sound like me. You guys know how I sound. But let's just see that again, because that is so wild how smooth it made that whole animation. So I could, take off the audio and just go with the visual. At the end is kind of funny, but I could have done that, and then I could have added to it and say new scene, and maybe the new scene is the woman proceeds to type on her computer and then gives a thumbs up, let's just say, for instance. Now, notice I didn't give it a script. No, I'm just telling it what she's doing physically. I haven't told it what she's saying. So it's interesting to see the narrative that it'll come up with. I guess I could have put in the prompt. And she says, don't forget to hone your voice. Don't forget to hold on to your magic, something like that. And then she, not me, but me, would then proceed to say that in my not voice. Again, I could strip these things with VO3. I could have added an avatar. I could have stripped the audio and then replaced it with my own. Let's just see what happens now.
Hi, I'm just getting some work done, but everything's going great.
Okay, side profile does not look like me, but she's close enough. The tease factor is hilarious. But this is just giving you an idea of how you can play to create scenes using VO3. I can go in here, edit the transcript, and then I can change what she says. I can mute it, and then she would say nothing. Scene 1, when she's sipping, we took off the audio in scene 2, so then she doesn't say anything. Now it's muted, and it just looks like she's talking. It's just giving thumbs up. So you do have that option. So I asked it to show the transcript. Let me see if I record myself. Hi there. I'm so busy, but I'm getting a lot of work done. Doesn't sync at all, but I think you'd have to play with that a little bit to make it work. One nice thing is once it's all set and ready, go up to here, the share button, and then you would download your file as an MP4 file and insert that into any of your video projects. You can export it to your drive if you want to, but you do have those options. And again, I was able to do this through my Google Workspace, also formerly known as your Google Business Suite. So you have that option.
And there you have it, our delicious Stackwich, all set up for you through the Google ecosystem. Now you can strategically create your content that converts, create beautiful visuals minus a photo shoot. Take those visuals and turn them into videos that you can use for storytelling and again, for making those emotional connections. It's wild what you can do with technology and specifically AI these days. It's insane. I tell you, my mind is blown with the ways in which once you get this workflow down, it becomes a lot quicker. You can just fire it off. I just walked you through it to eliminate all the hard steps and the learning curve. But these tools are so wildly powerful, it's insane. One thing that you have to remember is this is where you come in. You're the creative soul behind the scenes. It's up to you to bring out your expertise and your story so that the world can see what you have to offer. And these tools, okay, again, they're tools. Use them to your advantage because the product is you. And yes, that is the name of my course that I'm going to shamelessly plug right away. The Product is You is my course that will help you to build your personal brand and your business, particularly a coaching business. And if you want the creative stack that I just built and also the 5 ways in which you can utilize your voice, then download my free guide. It's the 7 steps to attract raving fans to your brand. It includes the details on finding your voice as well as these helpful AI prompts. And if you feel as if I don't want to do it myself, we can work together one-on-one. I can take you by the hand and walk you through the process of building your brand and your business, as well as using these and other AI tools that will fast track your creative process. Once again, the links to these opportunities are below, so check them out. The world does not need another generic brand. It needs you. It needs your real, raw, radiant self. And now you have the tools to bring all of that to life easily quickly, just with a couple of prompts. And if this video was helpful for you, then like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you keep seeing videos like this one in your feed. Thank you so much for watching, and of course, I look forward to seeing you in the next one. Bye for now.